Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Fokana with Amar Roja, and today we are having a guy who's not a DJ, who's not a music producer, but he is a mixture of both. We are having none other than Exsite. Who's Exsite? I know a lot about him, but you should definitely know more about him. So let's just go ahead and talk with Exsite to know what kind of things he does and what he does. What's up, Exsite? Welcome to Fokana with Amar Oja. How are you, bro?
I'm great, bro.
So,
Thanks for having me.
Now I know a lot about you, that
Yeah.
you're a musician, you're a producer. Tell the audience more about you.
Hi there, viewers. I'm Exsite and I make electronic music. I'm based in Goa. I've been doing this hustle from 4 years now. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And now, as you say, you're hustling from 4 years.
Yeah.
Let's just keep that hustle one side for now, and let's just talk how it all started. You know, like from your education to your journey. Sorry, guys. From your education to your journey into music, how this all like started, you know.
So I was in 6th grade and back then I was introduced to this software called Virtual DJ. Basically,
I remember that.
yeah, so it just happened like I used to take songs and put them together just to know what the outcome would be. And then I used to watch VH1 a lot because there's the only channel giving us English songs, right? So that's how I was introduced to the West music.
Okay.
So then I got internet by my dad. So I used to download songs, EDM वगैरह, and Martin was popping back then. I used to take their songs, put them together, and then one day I realized, why not make these songs instead of just mashing it up? So then maybe after messing around with Virtual DJ in 2014, I downloaded FL Studio. So I started building my own stuff, and since then till now it's all try and experiment phase. All these years I've been just improving and learning all the skills of whatever I could acquire from YouTube and from friends around circle. Yeah, that's how it's going.
और Exsite bro, आप तो फिलहाल मतलब आप गोवा से eventually नहीं है.
Yeah.
So मतलब you're from basically where?
I'm from Rajasthan originally. Yeah, I was born and brought up here.
Okay.
So yeah, since I've been here like practically my whole life I've been here.
Okay, so you're a proper
Goan here. Like more than 10 years हो गए, so I'm here.
Yeah, so I want to ask like what's the difference? मतलब आप जाते ही होंगे ना राजस्थान, you know?
Not really. I don't.
You don't go there.
No. I like being here.
Okay, so next question is like like this music, like I read your article. So you say you are into genres like rap.
Yeah.
And which are the other genres like you've been?
I do pop. There's also house, which I used to do, which I'm not doing anymore. I recently released Sangeet with Dimag. That was the house track I did. And yeah, now I'm more into rap and pop.
Okay. So also like what made you, मतलब ये ऐसा क्या scene हो गया, meaning your interest got you into like music. मतलब वो कुछ और भी हो सकता था, मतलब dance हो सकता था, या मतलब कुछ ऐसा जिम में जाना हो सकता है, but why only choose music?
Okay, for a fact, I was a dancer before.
Okay,
I used to dance.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So with dance was the reason I got to know what hip hop. I didn't know what hip hop was.
Definitely, yeah.
Dubstep, hip hop was all a part of dancing before. So gradually dancing went down and music came up. So that was a good phase in my life. Where I stopped dancing, I used to participate in my college music events, like all these dancing events. And I stopped dancing and I started focusing on music more because I felt I was enjoying this more compared to dancing.
Okay.
So no offense to you since you're a dancer.
No, वैसा कोई scene नहीं है. So मतलब dancing में like what style you used to do? I would love to know.
I used to do this was like not sure, it was more of popping वगैरह.
Okay.
And there was this a dance song called slow motion sort of, yeah.
Because that time वो राघव के
there was a Raghav phase of mine. Yeah. Sort of we all used to copy him, trying to do something. Yeah, that was the whole thing going back then.
Okay. Also now like I want to ask like like how music has shaped your life, or how the journey has shaped you as an artist. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Right? So like when you start, it's slow, then it's like fast. And then people start recognizing you, and now people know. Like I came to know Exsite. Like I listened to your recent music, Sangeet with Dimag. That was very crazy. And even I like the Instagram effect. मतलब वो आप लोग ने किया था. बाद में वो वीडियो भी मेरे को बहुत पसंद है. How it has shaped like you.
Okay. So back then when I started, it wasn't very consistent because I had school, and that time school was like the main priority in my life. So in my free time I used to make remixes which I used to upload and not focus on marketing at all, because that time I felt I'm liking this, let me do it. Then after like 2019, I started focusing on the marketing side of it. Like I'm making it, that's fine, but I need to make others hear it as well.
Yeah.
So that's when I started, I thought, let's stop remixing because there's no point remixing. I won't be able to get it on Spotify. So then I started focusing on original music. So then, yeah, that has been the transition from remixes to original. And now I only do originals.
Okay.
Talking about the recognition, that only happened with my marketing. I started collabing with the local rappers I could find or get some more artists from outside, like who people don't know much.
Yeah.
So I had my skills that are producing. So why not get people who can sing or rap and get them with me and give them the high quality production?
Definitely.
So that's what my initial thing was, like I will collab with rappers, singers and make something good collaboratively, not just focusing on my side. So yeah, that's what I've been building on my own brand. And this is more consistent. Like it wasn't consistent before. Since you got to know me, that's because of my consistency. I was to keep dropping something. So yeah, that was the whole transition, you could say.
Amazing. So I also want to ask that now you have your record label.
Yeah.
What is the name and what is the reason behind it? Now we have like different record labels like Gully Gang. We have MC Stan, the record label, that is Hindi record.
Okay.
And we have my favorite Cactus Jack. Meaning, what is the reason behind your record label? What is the aim and how you're going to take it forward?
Okay. Okay. Shout out to Million Shades Records. I'm wearing the merch right now.
Okay.
So
लाया नहीं मेरे लिए कुछ भी.
For sure, next time.
ये तो बहुत गलत बात है भाई लोग.
So not until last year I was into house music, electronic EDM, proper EDM, not rap. So that was the reason Million Shades was born in 2017. I found this guy called Paritosh. He's now the co-owner. I found him on Facebook. Okay. We had the same interest, like we didn't know each other. He stays in Pune, I stay in Goa. So we thought of doing something together in music. So it started off like a YouTube channel promoting others' music. So we had this interest of supporting smaller artists. So we thought, why not transition this YouTube channel to a whole record label?
Definitely.
So in 2019, we started, running it in full-fledged. We got profits and all, like proper, it was like a company. And then just last year, we got it registered with the government. So it became like a proper LLP company. So then with the record label, we used to support all these EDM artists from all around the world who are not known and give them a platform, make visuals for them, make promotion for them. Just because you wanted to release good music, you are not recognized that well. So that was the main motive. And recently, unfortunately, we had to shut down Million Shades.
Okay.
Because I stopped making EDM. Since I got into rap and pop, I stopped doing EDM, and even my co-owner had some other interests. So that's the reason we had to shut down the label. So currently, it's at hold. Okay. So that's the story about the record label.
It's at hold, meaning are you all planning to take it forward or just cut it down there?
We have some plans going on. We thought an experiment with the Indian market. What's popping off right now. We have rap and pop. But yeah, it's in the pipeline, in the making. But currently it's at hold. Since we had this whole reputation of releasing EDM. So transitioning from EDM to rap is a scene in its own. So we're focusing on that, Right now it's at hold currently.
Okay.
Yep.
And bro, अब आप इतना दूर आ गए मतलब
yeah.
Your age is like 21.
I'm 21 right now.
21. So you have come, it's like a far journey, right? Like now there will be a lot of hustle and a lot of sacrifices.
Right.
Would you love to share something like that? Like your worst sacrifice or your like the hardest time you had as an artist, as a producer?
Okay, luckily I haven't had any hardest time right now because I'm privileged enough to have education.
Okay.
As well as good parents. Okay. Not even like telling me to stop it, but yeah, they are cool with it. So currently it's going good, but I plan to take it more further because I want to build my own brand and not just make it in the side thing. I want to get it in the spotlight.
Okay.
So for that I'll have to work my ass off.
You have to.
Yeah, so for that I'll have to sacrifice a lot. Maybe education, maybe other things, but in order to run this full time, I will have to sacrifice, as you said.
Okay, that's great. अगर मेरे को musician बनना है तो मैं Exsite भाई के उसमें record label में sign होने वाला हूँ. Travis Scott is coming. So now next question, a lot of people say, like, bro, I want to be a, DJ, I want to be a producer.
Yeah.
What is there is two different things I feel. DJ is something and producer is something. So I want you to explain people, like, what are the difference between a DJ and a producer, okay? Because people think it's like a one thing. Yeah. It's a one thing because when you do both.
You can do both.
Yeah. So just give a difference. For me, like, influencer is different, model is different.
Model is different.
So like that, I want to tell people, like, the difference between being a producer and like being a DJ, like.
So a DJ has acquires its own skill set. It's basically means disc jockey. DJ means basically you have sort of this controller or any equipment, and you're supposed to utilize your skills in mixing and blending songs which exist. You don't have to make them. You can take other songs and blend them. DJing means crowd controlling. It's a very tough skill to acquire. You just can't control the whole crowd. For that you need to have knowledge of the songs, what kind of songs the audience will like. You just can't play a thing and expect audience to dance. So you need to analyze the crowd. What they're feeling, what they're not feeling, and accordingly you practice your own skills on the console. Whereas a producer, as the name suggests, produces the sounds which come out of the speaker. DJ will only play it or mix it in front of a live audience, but a producer is like a backend. He is behind the scenes making the songs, like putting the blocks together, whatever, arranging the whole project and puts it out. So once that song is out, a DJ will take that song and play it for the crowd. So that's the primary difference between a DJ and a producer.
So like you said now, like a DJ is different and a producer is different, and producer is behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
मतलब मेरा क्या बोलना है कि like now, do you think there is less value given to the producer and more value given to the DJ just because he's playing that? But imagine that person was made that music and people don't know about him. So do you think like there's less value given to like?
So a couple of years back, let us say like 5 to 6 years back, it was very difficult to know which song is playing because less existence on social media. But now people have a lot of opportunity. Like I'm itself coming in videos now. Like earlier, I would just be in the back end, produce and release. No one would know how I look like. No one would know who's Exsite. But yeah, since now social media and the whole music video scene is popping, people want to see and not just hear. So it's a good opportunity for producers to come ahead in the video itself and not just if you can't rap, it's okay, but you have to be present in the visuals, right? So people know, okay, this is the guy who has made it and this is the guy who's rapping. So it's a good thing because people are also acknowledging the producers right now, because it has its value, because it's like the creator of the song. It's not just like he has built it from the scratch. So the importance is given to both now. I feel in the whole scene right now, and the producer DJ are equal now.
Okay. So we have spoken so much, but I want to know the main meaning behind your name, and I want to tell people, and you have to tell people like what's your actual name, and what's the meaning of Exsite.
Okay. My name is Harish originally, and Exsite has a stupid ass the stylized version of Exsite. It's an emotion. I feel excited. So the word Exsite, I removed the C, I stylized it to S. Exsite, because that's what music made me feel excited. Shit, simple name, nothing complicated. Exsite is just a stylized version of Exsite, the feeling, emotion.
Also now you have released music like Table Fan. Like I want to ask like which is like before that I want to ask like who got you into like, there'll be someone who taught you, right? Producing. Who's that guy? And like with whom did you learn? There is always a teacher. Whether he teaches something less or more, but even that less, what you take makes it very bigger. So who's the main teacher behind your life?
So teacher, I would have inspirations. People like Avicii, Skrillex. They were the main reason I started producing.
I read that in the article as well.
Talking about teacher, I didn't have any person behind me to teach you. It was just YouTube and trial and error. As I said, I downloaded the software, messed around for like 2 years, and then I started having to build that ear for that sound, how to obtain it, and then I would just trial and experiment. So there's the whole thing going on. I was just experimenting. Till now, I don't have anyone who can say I've taught this guy. I've completely independent. I'm like self-trained artist, you can call. So that's the thing.
That's like a very crazy thing. Like you're self-trained. मतलब इतना मेहनत किया है. And no one taught you because it takes a lot of guts to do that. And it's very inspiring for the people. And would you love to like tell people like, suppose some people now they are searching for teachers,
right?
And like would you like suggest anyone they should learn from in Goa or something like that? Maybe it can be you as well or someone else.
Okay, so I don't think I can teach at the moment because I don't have that the sort of experience so I can share with others, but because I'm completely in my box of my own. But whereas I know Skeletron, he is one of the greatest producers we have in India, because as well as India also, right? So he has classes going on right now, which you guys can enroll if anyone wants to learn music production in Goa specifically. And Skeleton is one of those guys who is very humble. Like back then when he used to perform, and even I had not started making, I used to go for his gigs and wait outside, to see him perform. So that would be an inspiration when it comes to the local Goan artist, and he's been very supportive and a great humble artist I know in Goa.
And like I want to ask, like I don't want to pick like top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
I just want to ask who's like your favorite artist. It can include Goans. It can include outside people. Like who you want to like. Who's your real inspiration?
Let us stick to the Indian artist.
Yeah.
Firstly, it would be not just EDM. It's quite surprising. I like people like Amit Trivedi who are in Bollywood.
Okay.
So they are also like inspiration too, because they have a good knowledge about music, not just electronic. So I would say firstly it is Amit Trivedi, because I used to listen Bollywood.
Okay.
So that's the good thing. So to understand what's going on, melodic wise or whatever it can be, so it would be Amit Trivedi. And modern, I can come to Nuclear, second number, because even he is one of the reasons I've been making music.
Yeah, and also I see some elements of your music, like your music give that kind of
vibe.
Yeah,
the Indian vibe, sort of, yeah. So I have some influences of Nuclear. And then if you come more down, it can be Ritviz, because he has brought in a whole new wave of EDM, Indian EDM, you can call it. So yeah, those are two guys, the three. I need to pick more two, right?
Yeah.
Let us say Divine. Yeah. Since I like rapping, the whole rap scene now, Divine has been crazy. And lastly, I can pick Seedhe Moth. I've discovered them recently, Seedhe Moth.
With the new music of Naan
Chaku, it's MC Stan. Yeah. So I found them recently, so I can have them in my top 5 for sure. So that was my top 5, ranging from Bollywood to rap. Yes, all sorts of people and styles involved in this.
Yeah, so bro, my next question is like, now there are a lot of things which go behind making music, people don't know about it. So what are those things, like
the process of song making, right? So there are two types of people who make music. Firstly, who have some music theory knowledge, like the written knowledge, and others who are more who depend on the ears. If it sounds good, it is good. Okay. So I'm on the second side. I believe my ears. I make something. If it's sounding good, I'll keep it. Whereas, but yeah, it's always important to know some theory. Maybe the keys, what kind of pitch and all. Those are the technical side of music. In my case, I am more of this. Since I started off with mixing sounds by DJing, so I'm applying the same principles in production also. I will take sounds which have it's called sampling in the technical aspect of it. So sampling is basically taking a small part of a sound and processing it, manipulating it until it sounds something different. So once I have a small sample ready, I will build on it. So that happens when you build, form drums okay, and then there are chords, melodies, and there are like tons of layers and layers until it becomes a whole final product. So that's what it goes behind, a combination of sounds, some sort of let us say softwares, those are called VSTs. These are like small plugins available which have piano sounds, guitar sounds. You're supposed to combine them all, form layers, and then you can send out this whole final track. So that's how a song is built. So it looks like a small track, but behind the scene it has like hundreds of layers combined on top, so it sounds like a whole song in the end.
Wow, that's like a long history, guys. And like हम लोगों तो सिर्फ गाना लगा के earphone में अपना चालू हो जाता है, but there is like lot of history, lot of things to
happening behind, right?
Yeah. Also, like now, bro, we have almost spoken everything from your education to your hustle to your journey into music. Now I want to know, like, to your inspiration. Now I want to know, like, what's the current scene you think in Goa, and in terms of music production, and what are the things you want here to change? Maybe in terms of people's mindset, perspective, or maybe in terms of musicians, what I'm trying to say, right? So I want you to, share with us like what things has to be changed and what is the current scene.
So in Goa right here, it's very limited space in terms of musicians. Not many are making music, and people are know what they're doing. So maybe a couple of handful of them, not much. Rest, you can say people are trying to make something, but they don't want to improve their music. They want to jump towards the visual aspect.
Okay.
And I believe your music has to be strong.
Definitely, yeah.
So you can put it out to people. But since the whole trend is going on, People want to jump on the trend. People want to, have their own rap videos and that shit.
Yeah.
So people don't focus on the technical aspect. They'll make something mediocre, like decent, and put it out. And then they say, and that's the reason the whole scene in Goa right here is not developing because people are not improving the sounds. It's very important to find the sound, the identity. I can have like 10 songs playing, and then suppose I hear a song by Nuclear. So, you play me 10 songs, in there you put in one song of Nuclear, I'll be able to identify, okay, Nuclear, because that's his strong point. So in my opinion, even I'm working on it, like it's very important for an artist to have its own identity, sound identity, because others should be able to identify, okay, it's Exsite playing right here. So that's what I think is lacking behind in the state. But I'm sure that upcoming generation, kids who are making, they will surely do something. But it's kind of experimentation phase going on in Goa. Only a handful know what they're doing. I won't name them, but yeah, there are a lot. Okay. There's a whole scene going on in Goa right now. It's not that developed, but I'm sure it will develop.
Okay. So we are almost done with our podcast, and like anything extra or any message you have from your side to the audience. It can be, like something good or something positive about music or anything else you want to tell the audience, so that they can follow it, okay. So that we have a better, strong music and better people, making good stuff and making good music. So anything extra you would love to add to this podcast?
So talking about not just musicians, but content creators, people who are making any sort of art form should be given more importance and recognition. It's only people are focusing on the trends and hype. Trends will die in 2 days, but the artist will remain over there.
Yeah.
So my only message is to support the local artists in Goa and not just focus on the abroad, because just because they are famous and trendy, they don't. It's not that okay. Ramesh from this state is supporting me. No one gives a fuck about that. Yeah. But you can do your own role by supporting a local artist, people who know. Like in my friend circle, if someone is doing some sort of any art form, maybe drawing, dancing, any sort of, just support them, Who knows, they maybe become big or may not become big, but it's your, it's a good sign you're supporting your friends to do something what they like and not just, oppress them, have a mediocre life, go to a 9-to-5 job. Yeah. Because that's what people are doing, and only a few of them are trying to do something out of the box. So support them, that's what my message is.
So that was a very good point which you said in this statement. That is that like trend will die, but the artist will remain. I just want to add that, guys, there are a lot of artists here who we should support, because we tend to support all outside people. Right. We are not supporting our very own Goans. And I've said this long time back, and I always say this, but we should change this and we should support each other. Like today I have Exsite on my podcast. मतलब हम लोग तो personally first time मिल रहे हैं.
First time, right?
We have never met, but I heard his music and I wanted to give a support and my support to him. So he's here on my podcast, and thank you so much for coming to my podcast, bro.
I would like to give shout out to Amar as well. He is doing such type of content I haven't seen in Goa right now. The type of he combines fashion and the dancing content. I don't think anyone else is doing right in Goa. So shout out to Amar as well for having me here and believing in me. Because I don't think anyone else would have called me for a podcast. It's quite surprising. I'm sitting here right here. So I'm grateful to Amar, and give shout out to Amar as well.
Also, before we end this podcast, and I just want you to tell people that you have your own music which is coming up on your birthday.
Okay, right. So this Thursday, that's on 26th August, I have a collab dropping with Swift on Demand. It's called the Charge Up. It's a drill track and it's combined with Indian sounds. So you can call it Indian drill. No one has done that before, I think. So it's going to be quite exciting. So stay tuned for that, and you guys can follow me on Instagram. I'm sure Amar will put the handle right here somewhere. So follow me so you can be updated with what I drop.